go, go. Green light, go, go, go.
Well. Hello everyone. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. We're here for round 2 of our GT World Challenge series here at Formula GT Racing League. Hope you're all doing well. We've just got qualifying started and underway. Biams should be heading out on track in just a second, as we've got quite a few of them heading out already. Here we've got Mikhail Romancic on track in an Aston Martin. As you can tell, it's wet, very wet. Yeah, we've promised wet this week. I think it will make it very much an interesting race, for sure. So this will be pretty exciting for everyone here tonight. But yeah, let us know how you're doing, what you've been up to. Had a good week. Yeah. Just looking through the guys we've got on tonight. How is everyone doing? Let us know. Mikhail will be the first of our AM drivers to come to the line and start his flying lap here in this very wet conditions here in Barcelona, as if you haven't guessed already. music for now. I'm also on my own tonight, so just me tonight. We'll try and keep it engaged and be up to date. But yeah, got a good grid of cars tonight. We've got, I think, 45 drivers tonight, which is really, really good for round 2. Should be really, really good. But we've got a good handful of AM drivers here tonight. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 AMs in the server currently. So 13 of them will head into qualifying to try and get to pole position. Very wet out here, as we can see Romantic just trying to find some grip on these tricky conditions. See what he can do as he comes through the final chicane. Onto the final shape. Straight. And he comes in with a 1:52.6, which is a very, very good time for him. Who else have we got coming across line? Number 23, that is Cedric. Is it Cedric? Maybe it's not. Oh, Brandon Oystering, our last week's pole sitter in AM, 52.4, so just gets 2/10, nearly, well, 10th and a half up on Romantic there. Johan Goncalves just crossed the line. Bart is just about to cross the line as well. See where he goes up to. I don't think he does improve. Jacques Wet comes in P3. Sean Nightingale in P4. Cedric Brian in P5 at the moment. Lawson goes up to P5. On a good lap at the moment. Javier Gomez in as he comes through the final corner. That looks like he might have just got track limits there and might have invalidated his lap. It does look like he did. We've got Caracus up into 5th. Reece Angdale takes provisional pole position in the lovely Golf Racing Aston Martin. Reece with a 52.425, so 300ths there from Reece. Beat Brandon Oystering. And it does look like it's going to dry up a bit in about half an hour time, as Romantic just goes again up to pole by a second at the moment. 51.370 for him. Really good time there. But it looks like it's going to get dry in about half an hour's time, which will make things a little bit more spicier for the pros. Obviously we've got AMs at the moment, so we've got Silvers in at the half an hour mark, and then pros in the final 15-minute session. Jacques Wet and Brandon have both improved their times as well, so Reece is now 4th. Reece is, though, up on his time with just this final complex to go. Up a second on his previous lap time, which is really incredible. Let's see what he will do as he comes through the final corner now. Onto the main start-finish straight. Second and a 10th up, which will definitely put him pole. There he goes. Pole by a 10th. There, that's really good for Reece. You might notice that we've got Mehmet Kara Larsson in the 986 car in the pit still. they are serving a qualifying ban, so they will not be allowed to set a lap time in this qualifying session. Goncalves 8 tenths up, 9 tenths up into the final sector at the moment. I'm just going to put the link for the YouTubes out, because I didn't put it out to the whole server. Bear with me 1 second. What can Goncalves do? I think he stays in 6th there. Sorry, 5th there. And he's going to abandon his future laps. Doesn't look like many people are actually up on their times at the moment. Got Bar and Javier Gomez to set laps. Bar's just set his lap. Javier Gomez, will he set his lap as well? To everyone. So still Reese on top in AM at the moment. Caracas 4 tenths up in the first couple of corners here in the Porsche. Oysterink and Goncalves in the pits once again. Maybe they can get out for another dash. See, lots of people trying to get out of the way there. Oh, very, very, very little grip there for Caracas. Probably loses all of his time there, and he decides to abandon his lap. Cedric Brian, a second up on his time at the moment, going past where we just saw Caracas. 2.5 seconds. Lovely views in this lobby so far. Welcome in Luke on the chat. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in Mank as well, and Toga. Good luck to all Toga drivers, absolutely. Well, Toga driver on top at the moment. Cedric Bien goes very, very wide there. You've never driven the Mustang here at Barcelona. Interesting. So you've never driven the Mustang at Barcelona in the wet either. That could be very, very good. That could be pretty interesting as well for the championship fight. Obviously, last week we had Misano, where Luke got pole, but Callum Jones scored the win. Yeah, that will be a very, very, very fast learning curve for you, Luke Wilson. Jack Wetke now to the top off the timing board with a 51.0. 3 minutes left of this qualifying session for the AMS. Romantic improving. Ooh, loses all of his time there on the curb. On the exit curb, and loses it there as well. But Reece Aindow also improving as he's started his next lap. All of the AMs have set times, apart from Mehmet Karalarson, obviously because of that qualifying ban. So it's a very, very competitive field. I need to get the times up, don't I? There we go. Completely forget to do this every single time. There you can see the lap times and the gaps. So it's very, very tight in the top 6 at the moment. 6 of them within just about half a second, which is pretty impressive in the wet weather. Everyone at the top improving though. Jack, Mikhail and Reese improving at the moment, as the track looks to be trying just a little bit or less wet weather on the track. So this could be pretty interesting for the drivers in Silver and AM. Sorry, Silver and Pro, I mean. But Reese about 2-3 tenths up on his time at the moment into the final sector. See what he can do in that beautiful Gulf Aston Martin. All he needs is just a 3/10 to edge out Jack Wet. Okay. See if you can get it here in this final corner. All the power. You can see that dry line sort of forming a little bit. And he think he's going to get it. He might get it. Oh, just misses out by 0.03 of a second there to Jack, but improves to second place. That's a really good position for him. He had a good running in Misano, got a drive-through though early on, which sort of put him back down the order, unfortunately. But Michael Ramzik coming into the final sector has improved a little bit and will improve. He might improve to take pole at this point and edge the rest of the guys out a little bit further. Currently the gap is 1.93 and he's going to improve, but not enough to take a position, so he'll stay in third for now and he'll abandon that lap with just over a minute to go. Lawson improving in the Ferrari as well. Currently 0.4 up, as he's 2.8 seconds down on Jacques Wetke at the moment. These are going to be the final laps for most of these guys, I would expect. Can Reese or Jack beat each other? Obviously both Toga, sorry. See what happens. And just 30 seconds left off this qualifying session for the AMS. And we'll see where they can get to. Oysterink is improving, but so is Lawson. Oh, Lawson removes any hope of improving there and completely goes wide. As Oysterink is about half a second up at the moment. Oh, big slide there. Silvers now should be heading out on track as Oysterink comes round the final corner. He's going to gain a few positions here, up to 4th from 6th. Really good effort there from him. As you can see, all of the Silvers heading out on track now. It's suddenly very, very busy in this qualifying session. Lots of AMs out on track. Goncalves is improving though in the AM class. See what he can do. Welcome in to any new viewers. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, if you're supporting anyone. 46 people currently in the server, that is incredible, and it's going to be very, very, very wet tonight. Goncalves decides to abandon his lap instead. Reese is still on a lap. He's not improving his time at the moment. So it'd be interesting if he can gain anything in this final sector, or he's just running a little bit of a victory run in second place. But 0.2 to Jacques, who must have improved to a 50.6 there. Very, very good time for an AM. Jacques won in class last week in Misano, so he'll be hoping to do the same again this time. Can Reese gain anything out of this final corner? Doesn't look like he can. He's just lost. He gained a little bit, but lost it, and will abandon his lap time there. First car from our Silvers that we will look at is the 55. Who's the 55? That's a good question. That's Gabriel Schmidt as he comes across the line here to start his push lap. Got loads of people queuing in the final sector so far. So Jack Wetke takes pole in AM. Let's see if any Togas can do the same in silver. Beautiful scenes here at Barcelona track in Catalonia. Well, it looks like it's going to be dry in about 10 minutes, so This could be really, really important for the pros. As we watch Gabriel come through Sector 2 now. As you can see there, other Toga cars in the background, Toga Academy going well. And that's Martin Varga, followed by, I would assume, Matt Picorni, Jay Salgakar. Plenty of people in there. Hello, Ethan Paulson in the chat. How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Coming through the final corners for Gabriel. Let's see if this will put him ahead of the AMs for now. I would expect so. Through the final corner, powering onto the start-finish straight, and he will come across the line and does go pole with a 50.4. That's really good. Martin Varga though beats him just by a 700. Incredible. Matt Picorni, Marco Pacamandi, Finley O'Reilly coming through with times. Ethan Davies, Barris Caccarel. They're all coming in setting those times, but Martin Varga currently on pole in silver. With Barry Hagen comes through with a 50.1 in the Toga Esports Bentley Continental. Fabulous time there from him, 2/10 ahead of Martin Varga at the moment. Barry took second place in Misano thanks to penalties of his own, but also off Martin's. Gilhelm in the chat saying I locked up in the hairpin and was 5/10 up. That's not great. Luke saying track is drying. Yep, it does look like it's drying a little bit. It's now down to damp. So that will certainly be interesting to see what these guys can do, if they can get it out on the dry tyre in time. But this will certainly be interesting for everyone in this session. Still Barry, Martin and Gabriel at the top of the silver standings for this qualifying session so far. See if they can improve, or anyone else can come up through the AM times. Ethan Davies currently a second and a half up on his time at the moment in P11. Coming through the final corner, powering through to the start-finish line, and that will put him P3. Wow, incredible lap there from Ethan Davies to put himself into P3, overtaking Gabriel Schmidt. Finley O'Reilly's improved to P6 overall, just behind Jack Wetke, as Barry Hagen starts another lap. He did improve that lap time, but only just a little bit, not too much. Artem Kudesov improves to P6. Artem Kudesov finished third in last week's race, thanks to penalties as well. So Barry, Kudesov, and who was the other one? It would have been... That's a good question, actually. Let me have a look. Paul Sadlowski, obviously he's moved up to pro though. He was absolutely on fire in the Mustang at Misano. But Barry and Artem both have additional ballast for this race, so they're still doing very, very well with that, so we'll see what we can do. As he abandons that lap time there, but Ethan Davies is improving by about 2/10 here, maybe even 3 if he can get it just a little bit more. Martin Varga also improving, coming across the line. This is going to be pole for him. He takes pole. Ethan Davies through the final corner. might also do the same. Don't think he will take pole, but he'll take P2. Puts Barry down into third. Barry has just had a little bit of a cool-down lap, I would imagine, as it does seem like we've stopped raining. So track is still very, very, very wet. But we'll see if they can improve, if they do a different strategy, perhaps, for these guys. Ducete in the Aston Martin 153, improving on his time, currently in 18th overall. Does improve it to 13th, very good for him. Kieran Macy in the Formula GT Racing Porsche. Looks like people are pitting now and probably going to come out on dry tyres, I would imagine. Maybe it might be a little bit too early from that, a bit too treacherous for that. But, you know, get it early, you could really, really improve well. Kieran is bailing on his lap here. Barry Hagen improving on his time in the first couple of sectors. Followed by a beautiful Mustang as well. Barry's got quite a lot of time here on him. This could really put him back into pole position as he had held earlier. But with only about 5 minutes of this session left for these silvers, we could get some interesting conditions and some interesting lap times coming through to us very, very soon as people start to come back out on potentially dry tyres. Barry currently 4/10 up into the final corner. This will be pole if he can get this valid. That was very, very close there, nearly half a second across the line. He takes pole by 1:49.660. Very, very good time there from him there. And as you can see, Finley O'Reilly in our beautiful brand new, freshly out the packet Bentley livery for from the GT Racing Team League. Great mixture of weather tonight. Definitely, it's definitely interesting to say the least. I will say that Reese, one of our coordinators, he wanted the first round at Misano to be wet. I was like, maybe not the best idea. So I was like, we can do the second round. So that's what we're doing tonight. Bit of wet weather. See how it goes. But everyone in silver currently set a lap. So very, very tight. Kudesov pulls off. Keep back on with Finley O'Reilly, who didn't actually finish last week's race. He was unable to complete the race due to penalty, well, a drive-through penalty, as well as receiving damage from other drivers. But he's always been very, very quick and very, very fast. Just getting the consistency in the race, which is his key development strategy. We should expect to see him running up the order. He's currently 7th overall, 6th in class, which is not too bad, but he'll definitely be wanting to be up there with Barry, especially since they're in the same machinery. But that Bentley just looks absolutely beautiful. Credit to Eric Papsdale, who you'll see on track in just a few moments when the pro session kicks off. Credit to him for these awesome liveries. Absolutely fantastic and really stand out and look amazing. So thank you, Eric. Scrub's doing his rain dance. Scrub needs a win. Yeah, we all know you need a win. I'm not going to repeat why, but we all know you need it. Finley O'Reilly going to come across the line now to start his lap. I'm not actually sure what sort of tyres he's on. I think those are dries. So people already on dry tyres to improve their lap times. Finley O'Reilly coming through turn 1 and turn 2. Already up on his time. So this could definitely be a potential really, really good run for him tonight. He is on dries. Alright, nice. already 5 tenths up in the end of first sector and coming into the second sector. So this could be really good for Finley O'Reilly to improve his lap times. Let us know who you're rooting for. Could be pretty interesting. Oh, Finley O'Reilly goes really, really wide there and invalidates his lap time, so this isn't going to be it for him. He's got just under 2 minutes to get back to the line, which he will, in order to improve his lap time. But we've got Gabriel Schmidt in the final corner. Let's see if he can improve on his lap times. Currently P4 in class and overall. Doesn't look like he improved there. Kudesov and Henry Tons in the Formula GT. Oh, Henry's in the Formula GT Mustang. Whoa, did not expect that. Well, I'll be rooting for you, Henry. Henry is very, very much used to the BMW at the moment, but he's decided to run the Mustang as a sort of a one-off league, because he's not going to be able to attend every single race in this championship. So he's decided to take a little bit of a hit and run something a little bit more exciting to him, a bit different. But he's about a second up on his time at the moment, which at this rate, this is going to be pole. Coming through that sweeping right-hander. Currently got best sector 1, so this is going to be rapid from Henry here tonight. Henry is obviously a Toga Academy driver as well. Actually, no, he's a esports driver now, but deciding to run with FG2L colours tonight. Always good. But yeah, this is definitely going to be pole. 2 seconds up on his time at the moment. Henry Tons is going to take pole position in the silver class, as we've got 4, 3, 2. Pros are to go. Henry takes pole. That was expected. Congratulations, Henry. But who else is improving? Kieran Macy's improving. Who else is near the end? Finley O'Reilly should improve. Coming through the final corner. So Henry's still on pole. Finley, I don't think will get pole, but he'll definitely improve up through the order, sorry. And he comes across 4th, really good from him. Kudesov in 2nd, Matt Picorni in 3rd. Incredible lap from there, from Matt Picorni. Finley O'Reilly pits. Let's have a look. Any silvers on final laps? Number 90. That's Seviero. See what he can do as he comes across the line. Doesn't improve too much. George Stevens having a bit of an issue there. Into the final few corners, he's going to improve as well. Into the final corner now. George Stevens coming through. And he'll improve just a little bit, up to 12th there. 3-2-9. Matt Picorni coming through. He's going to take pole. Wow. Nope, Barry Hagen takes it just behind him. There you go. Number 6, Ethan Davies coming across the line. This might be pole. He takes pole. Wow, this is going to be fun. Jay Salgakar in the Formula GT Mustang as well. Coming across the line now. He goes up to 5th. Well done from him. And we've got our pros out on track. Paul Sadlowski, last week's silver winner, is first to take to the track and first to take to qualifying for silver. And the beautiful Mustang. Well, that was an intense session at the end there for silvers, wasn't it? Ethan Davies on pole for silver. And the top 13 all silvers, so the highest am in 14th, obviously due to the weather changing. Leaves the pros with sort of a dry session, essentially. It's greasy track at the moment, so still probably not the most ideal for dries, but could definitely do pretty well. Be interesting to see what the race does then in terms of weather. Who have we got in pro then? We've got quite a few people in pro actually tonight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 pros tonight. That's incredible. So 47 cars overall and 15 of them in pro class. Gamble paid off. Yes. Well done, Matt Corney. That was absolutely incredible. I saw your lap times were improving throughout and that was good. But P3, I'm not too fast with that. As Paul comes across the line, he does go pole, 46.6. Incredible time there. Obviously dries. Marvin Eisenhower right in behind. Eric Papstyle P2. Callum Jones P3. Matt Reed P3. Stein Dunkelwolf 6th. It's going to be Matt Townsend 2nd. FA Taken in 3rd. No one else improving up to their times there. So interesting to see that none of the others improved their times or set a lap time there. That was interesting. Emo plate to the top in the Lamborghini. Sadlowski goes to the top again. No way, Charlie on commentary. Always on commentary, mate. Always, always. Welcome in though, Sebi. Matt Townsend 2nd. Now, AA Taken in 2nd. Nick Wilson only in 11th at the moment as Jordan McGonigal goes 9th. Who improving now? Hunter Davis P4, Callum Jones P5. Rocco Coviello P8. Emo Plate now in P9, so he's just gone from 1st to P9. But he's going to come across the line again to set another lap now. Go from 10th to 3rd, incredible. Matt Townsend now 4th. Still waiting for Daniel Volikov to set a lap time in the Ferrari. This is his first race in this championship. But everyone improving in Pro at the moment. So this is going to be real spicy and this is going to be real good. So buckling, lads, this is going to be great. Lads or ladettes. Number 122, Paul Sadlowski is going to be the first one to cross line next. And he extends even further, 45.0. 107. Marvin Reisenhauer. Oh, I can't keep up with these times. Callum Jones, Matt Reed, 52. Donkerwolf's going to come up and improve his time as well, up to 8th. Matt Townsend up to second, 159. Up to third. Jordan McGonigal is going to improve from 14th to 13th there. Hunter Davis not going to improve, but he's still in 6th. 190, Ashley Evans up to second. Good lap there from Ashley. Luke Wilson in the Ford Mustang coming across the line, goes up to 6th. 971, that's Emo Plate. He's improving as well. 4/10 at the moment. He'll go from 7th to 2nd, so Paul Sadlowski still on top. Paul's going to be the next person to cross the line, and he's going to improve once again. This is going to be a constant back and forth between the drivers in this section of the qualifying. But this is going to be really, really interesting. Currently, Paul Sadlowski with the fastest third sector, but his first sector goes to Luke Wilson in P7, and the second sector goes to Ayrton in P5. And it's currently Mustang, Lamborghini, McLaren, Mustang, McLaren. As Paul's going to come across the line, and he does improve again to a 44.7. Incredible. 107. Marvin Reisenhauer comes into the pits. As Callum Jones is going to be the next person to improve next. He's going to improve up to 4th there. 159 again is about 7/10 up in the time at the moment. As he's going to come across from 6th to 2nd. Well, nice. Volkov is going to come through as well. He's going to not set a lap time at the moment, so still waiting on a lap time from him. Hunter Davis improves to 3rd. As Ashley Evans takes pole. Luke Wilson in, coming through now. He's going to take pole as well. Rocco doesn't improve. Eric Papstel. What can he do? Not improve this time around, it doesn't look like. Barry Hagen in the chat saying, I'm suffering from success. My ballast definitely... Sorry, I cannot speak tonight. My ballast definitely cost me the pole. Totally not my own skill issue at 6-7. Okay. Well. Paul's got... So, out of these guys that have got ballast, Luke's got 15 kilos extra, which is 20 kilos. So 5 is the standard ballast for Barcelona here for the Mustang. So he's got 20 kilos. Sadlowski has 15 from winning in silver. Callum Jones, Paul goes pole, as you just saw. Callum Jones has 25, I think he will. Yes. And then Cyril is not here tonight. He was 3rd place in Pro last weekend. So he will not improve once again. Callum Jones all slidey there. Callum Jones probably also suffering from his ballast from winning last week's race, but maybe just 4th place might be good enough for him. That might, potentially give him what he needs in terms of not getting ballast at the next round, which is, I believe, is Silverstone. Just going to check that quickly. Yeah, Silverstone next weekend. So maybe he's hoping for not getting that. We'll see. But Paul has absolutely smashed it. He was, dark horse last weekend in silver. Absolutely thrashed the silvers, and then this week it looks like he's going to thrash the pros so far. So that's going to be really, really interesting. 2.5 minutes left of this qualifying session to go, and then we are into the race. Be interesting to see what the weather does for the race. Lots of these drivers have been practicing in the wet all week and either complaining or hoping for wet weather. see what Callum Jones can do if he can get another run at it. Paul on pole by 5 tenths. That's incredible at the moment. Where has he found that pace? Eric Papstel improving his time. I think this is just going to be a little bit of a calm lap for Callum here once he starts his next lap, which will be the final lap for him at least. At least I hope it. I think it will be. Callum currently leading the championship though, so he's going to be wanting to do pretty good tonight. But yeah. Well, what up, Isidore? Fancy seeing you around. Who are you spotting for this time, Isidore? Or Chaz, I'll call you Chaz. Just feels wrong calling you Isidore. Emma Plate currently second, so improvements from the field, knocking Luke Wilson down even further. Callum comes into the pits, so he's going to bail. Well, who else can improve in this final session? Matt Reed, what can he do? You're just here for the chaos. Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be chaos. Chaos as Matt Reed goes to second. 1, 2, 2. Paul Sadlowski is in the pits. And the next person is Jordan McGonigal, who is up on his time. Let's go for the FG2 boys. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Final lap for Jordan here. 5 tenths up on his time. Where will that put him? Doesn't improve in his position. Number 70 goes to 4th. One on Hunter. Number 69, Nick Wilson, is not going to improve, I don't think. So he's going to have to settle there. As Emma Plate comes in and does not improve either. 52, Stein Donkerwolf. Let's see what he can do. Stein's going to improve just a little bit. He might improve just a couple of positions up to 11th there. Not too bad from him. Callum Jones, though, in 10th is not something that we expected, really. Definitely expected him to be a lot higher than he is. But Paul on top at the moment as we speak is incredible. Almost time for me to rep FG2 and the rookies, repping the brand sideways. That is, well, you're going to be sideways every single time, aren't you, mate? But anyway, what a session that was. We are going to quickly just head over to the trailer and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Enjoy the trailer. Well. Just getting ready up here in the final few minutes before the race. It is wet for the start, so wet it will be. Well, we're here for the start of round 2 of FG3 GT Racing here for GT3 World Challenge. And we are going for the formation lap at this wet weathered track. It does look like we've got all of our pros ahead of silvers, so that's pretty impressive for that to happen. Most of our silvers are ahead of the AMs. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are behind the AMs, but that's fine. You've never done a wet lap. Luke, why not? Silly boy. But we'll run you through the grid as we are going for this formation lap. So you've got Paul Sadlowski in pole position for pros, Matthew Reed second in McLaren, Emma Blake, Hunter Davis, Ashley Evans, Luke Wilson, Matt Townsend, F.A. Erdem Ayedkin, Eric Patchdell, Callum Jones, Stein Donkowalk, Rocco Coviello, Marvin Reisenhammer, Daniel Volkov, Jordan McGonigal, and then you've got Ethan Davies, the pole sitter in silver, Barry Hagen, Matt Picorni, Henry Tons, Jay Salgakar, Finley O'Reilly, he's got a penalty from last week, Kudesov in the Audi, Kieran Macy, Martin Varga, Paris Casserel, Mattia Silviero, Gabriel Schmidt. And you've got our pole sitter in Jack Wetke, followed by Reece Aindow, Mikhail Romancic, Brandon Oystering, Lieben Champere in the silver class, Michael Comandi also in silver, Dennis Ducette in silver, Goncalves in Livio Pace in silver, Bart Decoa in Grainho in silver, Caracas in Cairo Samuel moved from pro to silver this time and switched to Beamer in last place in silver at the moment. Javier Gomez in Lawson, Nightingale, Mike Last, Cedric Brian, and then finally Mehmet Aras Corolaris. So we are in the final corner. So looking for a red flag. Let's have a look how many cars we need for that red flag. It looks like 46 drivers. So about 8 cars for a red flag tonight, which is pretty high.
Green light, green light.
As we are green here at Barcelona in the wet, and already chaos in the rear of the field nearly 3 wide at the front here. Lots of Toga and FGT rail cars, absolutely beautiful as we come 3 wide into turn 1. And it looks like Hunter Davis is in the lead. Oh, contact there between Hunter and Matthew Reed at the front. Big slap there from Emo Plate in the Lamborghini though. Let's see what can happen here. Luke Wilson up into 4th already, incredible. Driving by feel is Luke Wilson. Hunter had a good shot at getting the lead there, but he's going to have to settle down for a little bit less than that now. Doesn't look like we've got much chaos actually. So pretty clean start, I would think. But Matthew Reed into the lead from the start of the race with Sadlowski behind. Oh no, big chaos behind. Oh no, that's loads of cars there. Everyone got going or RTG'd though. So we can continue. Only 2 cars RTG'd. And everyone's still going. Look at that massive snake on the map in the top right. It's just constant. Look at everyone just coming through this corner. This could be loads of contacts here. As we look behind. Oh, big contacts there. That's one of the Toga Academy cars getting spun around. Oh no. This is going to be red flag. And that's going to be red flag. So drivers should all now stop and RTG as they have. Thank you to all the drivers for doing so. And we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Let's have a look at the trailer. And here we are again then. Round 2. Second start this time. Let's hope it's a little bit cleaner than it was the previous attempt. But yeah, just look at this grid. Absolutely fantastic. So many cars, lots of different teams, lots of Toyos, lots of FG2Ls. And that's a spot missing. That's someone. No clue who that is. But running through, we've got a in a great grid here. So that might be George's spot. So George might have left the server. That would be it. I'm sorry, what is that on the rear of your car here? Ah, yes. Paul, well done.
Seconds.
Nice one. I also need to find Marvin, because he's in the Bentley.
10 seconds.
And this is very much acceptable for these weather conditions, I would say. But we are going to get going again in just a few moments, so let's prepare ourselves for round 2. So let's hope this time is a lot smoother. Luke saying in the chat that he made up so many places. Yeah, I saw. Unfortunately, the people in the back caused this. So, yeah, not my fault, I guess. But this time we'll hope that it's a little bit cleaner than it was that first time. It was going so well as well for most of them, so we'll see what happens. So currently 100% red flag rate in this championship so far. Congratulations, guys. But we'll see what can happen in the rest of this race. Well, thank you all for joining us. I know this is pretty tedious having to go through the race start again, but hopefully this time it's going to be a lot cleaner and we'll see what can happen for all of the boys and girls racing tonight. But yeah, let's hope it's a little bit cleaner. Coming in through the final 2 corners now. Hopefully this time a little bit cleaner. We'll go to Handycam for this first start. Oh, this second start. Looks like George is having some issues at the moment. Not sure what's happening with him. 38 has returned to the garage. Sean Nightingale as well as Night Last. As we are going to go green again very much soon. And we are green again for the second time here at Barcelona. And blasting down. Start finish straight. Look at all of those cars. Still 3 wide again. Hunter already up into second, it looks like they're side by side. No more red flags, so keep it clean, boys. Ah, spin there already for one of the McLarens. That looks like... Did that look like Ashley Evans, perhaps? Oh no, Daniel Volkov, it looks like. So Daniel Volkov spinning in the first section, and then absolute chaos behind. Oh no. Once again, lots of cars getting involved in the wreck. Drive-throughs galore. Not sure why. but it's happened. You know what? I'm going to remove those because I don't know why. Remove these. Where's Pookie Callum? Rio, I thought you were out tonight. Pookie Callum is currently P11. I know, not where we expected, did we? But he's up into P11. Didn't have the greatest of qualifying sessions really, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do in the rest of the race. As Paul comes across the line and does start second lap off the race. And Callum's already trying to get all of that. You're in the bathroom. Oh, okay, mate. Fair enough. As we've got quite a few people already gone. Bart Decor looks like he's had some issues. Jay Sagelkart and Sean Martingale, who started from the pit, so see how that can go. Don Kowalk has been involved in something. Oh, big slides there for Kudesov, but contact there between, was that Martin and Reese making contact with each other? Team manager over, oh, that's an FG car going wide off. Finley O'Reilly keeping it on the track is not possible, apparently. Kudesov once again goes very wide. These conditions aren't great, they're damp. So pretty treacherous, I could say, but everyone managing to get through so far. As Hunter Davis up into second now, very good from him. Currently with the fastest lap as well, so just keeping on to the back of Sadlowski. This would be great for him. Any further changes? Finney O'Reilly getting involved with it in the mid-pack. Brandon Oystering on the inside, it looks like, leaving all the space from Finley, and Finley just gets it, keeps the position. Oh, that was close to getting cut off there and punted into smithereens. Oh no, Finley O'Reilly, big slide there as well. Watch his rejoin. Side by side, and contact there between Brandon and Finley. Oh, checking up there as well. This is causing a lot of chaos, this weather is, but look at this, loads of front engine cars, big Bentley, BMW, Mustangs, absolutely thriving in these conditions, I think. As we've got Eric Papstel overtaking Marvin Reisenhauer in Pro Class for P6. Overall, Luke Wilson up into P5. As we've got Reese Eindow and Martin Varga contact together. Let's have a look at that. So coming through the first few corners. Oh, Reese looks like it turns around Matt Picorni, and then Martin just gets collected as well in that. That's not very good. Lots of Togo cars involved again as well. So Reese dropping back down a little bit, but Ethan Davies currently leading in silver over Barry Hagen by nearly a second, or over a second actually. So Ethan doing really well here tonight. Volkov currently last, actually Evans in the pits at the moment. Jordan and Henry battling. Not for class positions, but overall positions instead. Lots of sliding from everyone tonight here. It's pretty treacherous, as you can see. Jace Alcar's got a bit of damage on that Mustang as well. And front pretty pretty damaged. Looks like he had a head-on collision as Romantic is getting past some of the silver drivers, so maybe Romantic shouldn't be in maybe in silver. But to be fair, I think a lot of the silvers have been involved in a few incidents so far into this race. So Eric Papstel once again battling with Marvin Reisenhauer, but Marvin Reisenhauer gets his Bentley boat ahead of him. Gaps are all pretty tight. Matt Picorni getting past Javier Gomez as well as Cairo Samuel. Good move from both the Integra Academy BMWs there. And side by side again, Javier Gomez. Oh, a big contact there between, is that Michael Pocomande and Pace? I think it is. Pocomande and Pace coming together from the silver classes. That's going to drop them around as Jack Wetke passes Samir Caracas here. So Jack dropped from class pole and last in AM is now first. How has that happened? I do not know, but that is pretty insane. Martin Varga, one of the last guys on the track, he's going to be punching himself after that. That's not good for him, getting past night last here for P44 overall, but last in silver. Gomez and Samuel also fighting once again. Gomez getting back at Samuel. But gap at the front, currently 4/10 between Sadlowski and Hunter Davis, so Hunter Davis trying to keep him on. He's also got the fastest lap of the race so far, so he's doing really, really well to sort of maintain his pace and position. Matt Reed second and a bit behind that, but then Emo Play P4 as Coviello has spun and has dropped through the order as well from Pro in P8. Ethan Davies now in the top 10 for silver. Really good job from him there. Matt Townsend also looks like he's dropped through the order a little bit as well. Maybe he was involved in a bit of an incident with Coviello there. As Coviello continues to drop through the order at the moment. Hunter Davis still putting the pressure on to Paul Sadlowski here for pole. Sorry, not for pole, sorry, for the lead. As Finney O'Reilly is passing cars. Matt McCauley losing a few positions as well. Coviello and Finney O'Reilly. Oh, that looks like so close. Battling there. Oh, Finley O'Reilly disappears for a moment. And it looks like someone's dropped. Perhaps. Or not, no. Look at this though, Hunter Davis right on the back of Sadlowski now into the final corner. 4 laps of this race already completed, so this is really going to be an interesting race. Obviously, we've got an hour and 5 minutes left, so we're only 10 minutes into this race already, and the battle for the lead is intense, absolutely intense. Remember, we've got an hour and 5 minutes to go, but we've also got a pit stop in that window, in that 15-minute window in the middle of the race. So that will be really interesting to see what people do in terms of their strategies. If it's going to dry up a little bit, it's only damp at the moment, so people might be on slicks, maybe? I don't know why you'd be on slicks in this weather. I think it'd be pretty stupid to be on slicks, but we could see some interesting moves happening here. As Finley O'Reilly and Rocco Coviello going side by side into turn 1, but Rocco keeps ahead just about. As Hunter Davis has got into the lead, or is battling for the lead as we speak. Can he keep that position? 2 Mustangs against each other. Sadlowski on the inside corner for the corner, and Hunter Davis is past though, so good move there from Hunter Davis, persistent and consistent in order to get that position. So Hunter Davis from the Formula GT Racing League team leading on pure pace in round 2 here at Barcelona. Well, it's been an interesting few laps already. I don't know who your driver of the day vote is going to be yet. I think it's too early to tell. Last week, Callum Jones won driver of the day by a considerable margin, actually, 20 votes to 3. While third position had 3, so pretty big margin there for him. But you know, Callum did win the race. Maybe it's a pattern of who wins the race gets to drive the day potentially. But we'll see who could win it this week. This guy's going really fast. Eric's got past Marvin Reisenhauer once again. Eric couldn't join us last week due to being away, but is joining us this week. So welcome in, Eric. As I mentioned earlier during the qualifying, Eric did all of our Formula GT Racing team livery, so massive thank you from him. But Paul going at it again with Hunter Davis for the lead, so Paul back up into the lead. It's going to be an intense battle for the last hour and 5 minutes. Lap traffic up ahead, that's Daniel Volkov from the Pro class, so should be pretty quick, but maybe he's just suffering in this wet weather. Could be a potential issue that he has with this. Actually, Evan's still in the pits, not completed the lap yet, so not sure if he'll be continuing, but we'll see. As Rocco Coviello passes Gabriel Schmidt, followed by Finley O'Reilly just behind them. Finley looks like he's dotting all over the place with this lag. But lap traffic could really be it for Hunter Davis and Paul Sadlowski in this battle for the lead, as Matthew Reid and Emo Play catch up as well. Oh, big slide there for Hunter Davis on the exit off the final corner. Still got this power. As they take the lapped car and they stay out of the way. Kodesov around the outside of A taken in turn 1 for P13 overall, P3 in silver class, so 2 silvers in the top 10 at the moment, Ethan Davies and Barry Hargan, so not too shabby there from them. Luke Wilson is closing in on the battle with Emo Plate and Matthew Reid. Gap is closing between the two leaders. Really, really tight. This could be a 5-way battle for the lead in just a few minutes if Hunter Davis can not get past and pull out a gap a bit. Phenomenal run though for Paul and Hunter though. Obviously Paul right on the performance where he should be after being promoted from silver to pro. Absolutely thrashed the silvers in Misano last week. Finished, I think, P4 overall, P5 overall perhaps, but really, really good job from him. Gets straight up into the pro class and delivers on first try of Faskin, really. But Hunter just putting that pressure on, trying to maybe force him into making a mistake, or potentially we could see something else happen later down the line. So current leaders in class, Paul leads Hunter and Matthew Reid. Ethan Davies leads Barry Hagen by 5 seconds at the moment, so that's incredible. And then Kudesov in P14 overall in 3rd place. Obviously both Barry and Artem holding additional ballast from success. And then Inam, 986 leads by a considerable margin at the moment. 5 seconds over Jack Wetke, who took pole, and Samir Kirakus in P3, but he's got 10 seconds. So has Kara Larson. So potentially this could be Jack Wetke's chance to take advantage of that, and then Brandon Oystering just behind Samir here in the BMW, the bright orange BMW, P3 in class, and then Gomez just a few seconds back behind in the white and green Ferrari. As Hunter Davis is going to get a big tow here from Paul Sadlowski. This could go for a move into turn 1. Paul goes defensive, and Hunter has to just slot in behind and, you know, hope for the next best thing. Side by side now, or it looked like it. But look at this, this is letting Matthew Reed, Emily Play and Luke Wilson all catch up just behind. As Hunter's going to go for a move, he's going to have the inside corner for the next corner. Sorry, the inside line. No, he's not, he's still not alongside. So slots in just behind, got a lap traffic car ahead. That is car number 14, Cedric Brian. But again, top 5 all within just a couple of seconds, two seconds actually, between the top 5 here. All of them get around that BMW pretty well. See what Hunt can do now, but he's got pressure on from Matthew Reed behind. Not what he really wanted, but apparently the McLaren's good in the wet, potentially. Look at this 5-car train just vaulting into turn 1. Still behind this time, so not a chance this time. Look at that. Matthew Reed makes a little bit of a mistake there. Emma Play and Luke Wilson are going to catch up. We'll keep an eye on that for now. Luke Wilson also going to take advantage of this as well. Davis a bit wide there. Look at this, Luke Wilson right on the back of Emma Plate here for P4. Switch to Helicam here just to see the battle a little bit more clearly. We'll also keep our eye on Hunter Davis in front as well as Paul Sadlowski. Getting the run here on Matthew Reed. Matthew Reed going defensive, but no way there for Emma Plate or Luke Wilson to get past. is letting Hunter and Paul just get away a little bit when these three are battling as well behind. Callum Jones up into 8th now. Bit of a send there from Memo Play. Still got plenty of cars trundling around this track. 45 off them at the moment. Kieran Macy getting past Jordan McGonigal into class battle here as well. Kieran doing well in 4th in class at the moment, so not bad showing from him. Goes a little bit wide there though, so could let Jordan McGonigal have a little bit of a shot here. Looks like Jordan's going to have the power coming out. This time though. Gaps are starting to a little bit set at all now. 52 minutes of the race to go. So plenty of time before the pit window opens. So lots of time for guys to see what's happening. Oh, Hunter right on the back there of Paul Sadlowski. Hunter looks like he's going to be on the attack again this lap. Goes a little bit wide there. This is going to turn into a 6-way battle though. Even potentially a 7 or 8-way battle with Marvin, Eric and Callum joining potentially. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Jack Wetcoat making positions past silver cars at the moment as well. Doing well for him. Gabriel Schmidt on the back of Henry Thompson at the moment, filling a rally just ahead of them. On the back of Kieran Macy. Ethan Davies on the back of Callum Jones at the moment. So Callum's not doing too well I don't think. See if we can get Callum in for an interview at the end of the race, potentially. Ethan just putting the pressure on. Just to go for a move that time, but still there. Back there is Hunter Davis, still trying to put the pressure onto Paul Sadlowski for the lead of the race, but he's got pressure from behind as well, so attacking and defending at the same time isn't always the wisest thing. But 66 stopped. That's Gilham Goncalves who stopped on the exit off the final corner, and looks like he's hit the wall. So podium sitter from last week in strife, as Luke Wilson has passed Emma Plate. Look at this, oh, still the battle goes on for the lead. Paul Sadlowski versus Hunter Davis. Hunter Davis might have a run here on Paul Sadlowski, getting that toe as well. Yeah, Emma Plate just drops the position there to Luke Wilson. So Luke Wilson up into fourth now. Can Hunter do to try and get the lead back off him? Wide there for Paul Sadlowski. You know, obviously these guys are going to be thinking about their track limit warnings as well. If they get too many, they'll get a drive through. 3 chances and you're out basically with that. But side by side into the hairpin here. And side by side up into the kink, and Hunter Davis does take the lead. That was pretty easy there from Paul Sadlowski, just letting him go, it seemed like. But now, a 7-car battle for the lead, potentially, with Marvin Reisenhauer joining the party just behind them there, as you can see. Oh, big slide there for Hunter Davis, though. Still in the lead, but it looks like Paul Sadlowski is going to gain a lot of ground on him there. Potentially go for a move into turn 1. Hunter goes to the left. Paul on the right. Paul's going to go through, I think. No, Hunter's going to stick him out to dry. Well, not really dry, is it? But Paul's going to have it on the inside there now. Pit window is now open. So 15 minutes for these guys. As Hunter goes through again, but look, Matthew Reed on the inside of Hunter Davis there, making it nearly 3 wide for the lead there. Absolutely incredible scenes. But Hunter Davis still in the lead as Matthew Reed does go on the inside of Paul Sadlowski. Is he on the inside of Hunter Davis as well? Yes, he is. Oh, around the outside for Matthew Davis. Sorry, Matthew Reed. This is an intense battle. Look, Luke Wilson just right there. Incredible battling here. Finley O'Reilly straight into pits for his pit stop. Fuel and tyres only needed. Oh, Hunter Davis goes really wide there. Matthew Reed's going to have a run at it here, but Hunter's going to go a bit defensive. go 2x2 with Paul Sadlowski behind. Oh, Luke goes really wide as well. Will any of these guys take it to the pits? Does not seem so. Luke Wilson does come into the pits though. So Luke Wilson in the pits already. Lots of people also in the pits from lower down, but look at this, Paul Sadlowski on Matthew Reed in the background. It's Finley O'Reilly coming out ahead of Hunter Davis. Finley's actually making part of the race and going to make it to the end, hopefully. This time around, he obviously served 5 seconds in the pit stops due to previous races, and he lets him go there. Well done from Finley O'Reilly there. Luke Wilson and Stein Dunkelwolf did come into the pit, so that time around. So, 2 pros into the pits. I do wonder when these guys at the front are going to pit though, as Paul has Emo Plate and Eric Papstel right there with Marvin Reisenhauer as well. So this is intense battle here as Eric Papstel goes around the outside of Emo Plate. He's not going to make it though. Good attempt, but not the time. Marvin Reisenhauer looking feisty as well in the Bentley. Eric's really pushing that McLaren to the limit and trying to get past Emo Plate really, really quickly. But Finley O'Reilly might be a cork in bottle for some of these guys, as Matthew Reed does come into the pits. So does Eric Papstel. So another 2 of our leaders come into the pits. Plenty of people in the pits now. 41 minutes left of this race to go. And currently 2 silvers in the top 10. Ethan Davies, Barry Hargren, P6, P7 at the moment. So really good from both of them. Finley O'Reilly going back through on Hunter Davis. So Hunter Davis maybe not got the pace to keep ahead. Maybe his tyres aren't up to what the conditions are. Maybe Finley's got a little bit less fuel or more pace in his tyres at the moment. Fresher tyres could be. But it looks like it's going to go back through again. Hunter Davis here. But more importantly though, Hunter Davis has gained a little bit of time on Paul Sadlowski, which as I mentioned earlier might be what he needs to potentially win this race. Just put a little bit of gap and try and keep it clean and keep your nose clean. That'd be pretty good, as I think Martin Varga has called it and is out of the race. Reece Aindow though, P3 in class at the moment. He's got some incentive tonight. I know he does. He's told me. As Paul Sadlowski goes really, really wide, Emo Plate through to second. Marvin Reisenhauer right there as well. So just as I was speaking on that, Emo Plate takes the opportunity he needs, and Callum Jones P5 there with Ethan Davies just right behind him as well. What is this doing? Finley O'Reilly taking the escape route. What is Finley doing? Oh, and Hunter gets blocked by Finley. Hunter gets blocked by Finley. That's not good at all. Hunter's not going to be happy at all about that, as Emo Plate will take the lead now, but he's got Finley to navigate through. Navigate past. So Finley's already doing some tactical stuff right now. Why is he off track there? So he lets him go like that, but he blocks Hunter on the entry. That's not very good from Finley at all. He'll definitely get a speaking to when after the race for this. But Hunter Davis and Paul Sadlowski did come into the pits together. They are separated in the pits, so we'll see where they come out in relation to each other. Paul moving, but Hunter's already there. Paul's going to have to give way to Hunter. Looks like he does. But this is going to be the lead for the battle for the rest of the race, I believe. Potentially. Even not the lead, because obviously Finney O'Reilly holding up Hunter into the pits, as well as Paul Sadlowski. Paul on the inside, right up the inside. Hunter goes for the switch back. Can he make it happen? Yes, he can. Really tight battling for these two. Oh, contact there between Paul Sadlowski and Hunter. Hunter saves it, but that's not going to be good for Paul. He does hold up and make sure that he gives the position back and doesn't take it from him. Good sportsmanship there from Paul. Plate in the pits, Jones in the pits, Kieran in the pits, Kadesov in the pits, Henry Tonts in the pits as well. Plenty of people pitting with 7 minutes off the window to go. Look at this though, Hunter Davis, Paul Sadlowski, Matt Townsend, right behind him there. Could be interesting for sure at the end of the race. See more people coming into the pits. Big slide there from Hunter Davis, wow. Those are things that you expect to see from someone like Luke Wilson, really. As Marvin Rosenhauer is now leading the race. Where is Luke Wilson? Luke Wilson's all the way up the road, actually. So Luke Wilson must have done a blinder here, and well, I mean, Luke Wilson didn't get blocked coming into the pits. Oh, big slidey there. Hunter Davis gets past Callum Jones though, so Callum Jones ahead, behind Hunter Davis. Matthew Reid also ahead. Eric Patchdale, Luke Wilson. So this hasn't really worked well for Hunter. Him getting blocked by Finley is just ideal. Big slide there for Hunter. Looks like Callum's going to have a run at it. Reese is into the pits from P2 in class. So he could be going for a win here in class, as you see Marvin Rosenhauer coming out of the pits there, as well as, is that Jordan? I think he might be. But you've got a little bit of traffic here for Hunter Davis. You've got McLaren from the Academy. Not sure who that is actually. That looks like 5, 6. So Ethan Davies actually. So that's actually 4 position. But then Matthew Reid just ahead of him as well. This is tight. This is really tight. Some insane battling going on tonight though, absolutely insane. This is stuff we love to see, as Callum Jones right up on the inside there, nearly off Hunter Davis there. But it looks like Luke Wilson's just gone away. Hunter Davis on the inside of Ethan Davies. To Davies. Ooh, can't say it. But Hunter's going to back out. Hopefully get the run again, but look, Callum Jones there. Going to stick behind for now. Hunter Davis still with the fastest lap of the race though, so that's really good for him. Takes that extra 5 points away from anyone else. As Cara Larson is in from the leader fam. So hopefully it seems that Reese will come out as P2 in class after this pit stop. As Hunter Davis on the inside of Ethan Davies, Paul Sedlowski on the inside of Callum Jones, sorry there. Matt Townsend right behind as well. Mustang, everywhere. This is a great battle though. So might be that Hunter Davis misses out on a podium this time as well. After running in the lead. Let us know who you're supporting as we are over halfway into this race. Ethan's doing really, really well for this top 10 position as Barry Hagen is in 10th in silver. Well, 10th overall, 32nd in silver. Jace Algar just the Mustang ahead, letting these guys go. Not full position, lap traffic. Could have made it a bit spicier for the guys behind though. Pit windows closed, so looks like everyone's completed their pit stops, which is good. Starting to get away though, but Eric Papstell in P2, which is incredible. 3 seconds off Luke Wilson at the moment. And then Matthew Reed 5 seconds behind, sorry, 8 seconds behind Luke Wilson in the lead. So I've just got a long way to go to get back to that lead. Townsend now with the fastest lap of the race though. Interesting. Davies right in the back now. A bit slidey there as well. Hunter's really looking for this position from Matthew Reed. Like he might have got it there, but between Hunter Davis and Matt Townsend. This is going to be victory over for Hunter at least. drivers left off this lobby. So we've got Paris Cackerel with some issues with his life. Connor Davidson now down to 10th. Davis overtakes Matthew Reed, but look, Callum and Matthew Reed have contact together, and then they go nearly three wide into the right-hander, Martin Reisenauer. This is all kicking off now. Touch there from Matthew Reed on the back of Callum Jones. Paul Sadlowski, and now who is that? Is that Jordan? Can't be Jordan. No, it's not. It's Barry. It's Barry, of course. I keep seeing these cars and I'm like, but it's not for position. Classes are messing me up. Paul Sadlowski getting past Matthew Reed there, and Barry's going to look for it as well. Oh, Matthew Reed right off into the gravel there, loses position to Hunter as well as Matt Townsend, sorry. Ethan Davies now as the highest silver in P3 overall. Really impressive run from him. It's Barry Hogan P7 as we're watching right now. Second highest silver with Kudesov P3. Currently in the AM class, you've got Jacques Wetke leading AM in 19th overall, followed by Carl Larson in 21st, and then Reese in 22nd. So he's going for that podium that he should have got last weekend. Could have got the win this weekend, but looks like he was involved in the fuels, so had to sacrifice some time for that. Barry really putting the pressure on Paul Sadlowski here. As that was Sounds like Callum Jones just got the chicane. Still very, very wet weather. Doesn't seem like it's going to change with 17 minutes to go. Still going to be wet until the end. But gap at the top is 2/10 between Eric Papstel in P2 and Nick Wilson in P1. So Eric's really on fire here for the overall winner. This could be spicy by the end. I know that Eric's pretty fast, and so is Luke, but as Luke said earlier, he's not had much wet running. Not many laps in the Mustang here, so you know this is potentially really, really good for Eric to get into the win. Marvin Reisenhauer gets past Ethan Davies, who does a big, big drift there. As Marvin gets up into third overall, Ethan into fourth, so Ethan out of the podium overall. But Marvin doesn't take an actual position over Ethan, just overall class. These guys are 10 seconds, nearly 11 seconds behind Eric and Luke for the lead. So as Barry's got past Paul Sadlowski, sorry. And look at that, Hunter Davis trying to get past as well on his revenge. Hunter Davis through. And Barry Hagen up as well. Paul Sadlowski goes really, really wide, but Barry gets back through as Hunter goes a little bit wide on the exit there. I see Reed involved as well. Yeah, definitely. Barry's benefits, imagine. But Reese aimed out on the back of Jack Wetgate at the moment. P2 in class. Reese is really pushing for that, and especially in that Golf Aston. Looks absolutely incredible. The other Ford was unlucky, absolutely, yeah. It looks like there's chaos there. That's Sean Nightingale, I think, stopped before I find chicane. looks like Reese gets through, so Reese up into second in class. Oh, it goes a little bit wide. Jack Wickhay on the outside. It's now the inside for this next corner. It's going to be a tough battle for the two. Reese holding on the outside. A little bit of door bang in there. Still side by side. But it looks like Reese is through now. Gap at the top, 2 tenths between Eric and Luke at the moment for the lead. Oh, contact there between Gabriel Schmidt and Henry Tons. Coming through into the final chicane. Looks like Gabriel just goes a little bit too deep and spins Henry around. That's not good, is it? But Eric Papstel into the lead of the race. McLaren leads in a wet Barcelona. So many Bentleys on track, says Mank. Yeah, absolutely. Great to see all the Bentleys out. 3 of them in this race, which is, sorry, no, 4 even, which is awesome to see. But lead has changed at the top. Eric Papstel into the lead of the race with 11 minutes to go. Let's see what he can do for this final little stint. Eric still trying to hold off, but Luke makes contact with Eric there. Will he gain the position from that? He better not, because it might be a push to pass that way. Looks like Eric's back through. So Eric back up into the lead. Luke Wilson in second. Marvin Reisenauer in third, 7 seconds behind. So Marvin's actually gained quite a bit on the leaders, but 8.5 seconds to the lead, 9 seconds, 10 seconds from Ethan Davies in P4. Still Luke trying to put the pressure on Eric here. He doesn't want to give up that position. Eric just getting that gap a little bit further now. like Eric's just going to get a little bit of the advantage here in this weather, it seems. And Luke's not going to have anything to do with it with 7 minutes to go. I don't think he's got much in the tank to get past again and get through. So I think this is Eric's to remain. But what a battle it's been from nearly 7 cars in contention at the start to just these two is really awesome. As Reece Aindow is catching Finley O'Reilly up, not for position in the class, but overall. So 20th position overall for Reece at the end could be pretty decent, and only a couple of seconds up the road. Well, I think it's a little bit too far, unless the 986 Beamer ahead of him makes a mistake in the final few minutes. I think this is P2 for Reece, which he's going to be happy with, of course, but could have been a lot better. Finley's connection isn't very good though, so he does seem like he's glitching all about a bit. Just over 5 minutes to go. Looks like Reece might be lining up a move here, potentially on Finley very, very soon. It seems like the gap from Reece to Carl Larson at the end might be a little bit too much for P1 for Reece, but P2 in the end is not going to be too shabby. That's all for him. Really good result. P4 last week, P2 this week, not too bad. Eric's now edged out a gap of about a second to Luke Wilson now. So Luke's got the pace, it seems, in this final few minutes, as Reece does get past Finley O'Reilly for P20 overall. With 4.5 minutes to go. Matt Townsend still putting the pressure on to Callum Jones, current championship leader. Won't be after this race, I don't think so. We'll see. 2 P2s for Luke Wilson so far, whereas P1 and a P5, P4 in class actually. It might not be enough for Callum to stay ahead. Some lap traffic up ahead as well though. Marvin Rosenhauer in P3 overall. Ethan Davis P4 overall for P3 in class. Sorry, P1 in class even. Really fantastic job from Ethan Davis here tonight at Barcelona. As you can see, Matt Townsend just trying to put the pressure on to Callum Jones a little bit here. Sadlowski putting the pressure on to Matthew Reed. He's going to be devastated with his result from taking pole overall by a large margin. And then, just incredible. Carl Larson is putting pressure onto Henry Tont here though. Current leader in Side by side with Henry, he gets the position, does Mehmet. As gap from Sadlowski to Reed is now just a 10th. And gap from Townsend to Callum Jones is 3 tenths, so really close. Tight battles in these final few laps of the race. Could be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, post-race penalties could also have an impact on any of this. Davies having to get through some traffic here, 2 3-lapped cars even. Oh, and contact there, it looks like. Defending from the Porsche. This could be really important for Ethan Davies to get past these guys cleanly without issues, but Porsche wasn't making it easy for him at all, was he? Potentially it might be down for a penalty after the race if contact is deemed to be his fault. Sadlowski drops a couple of positions though. Leaders on final lap now. So Eric Papsdale leading by 1.5 seconds at the moment from Luke Wilson. For the final time this time around. Sure to be really interesting race at the final time. Hunter Davis in the pits. Oh no, has he gone short on his fuel? I think he might have gone short on his fuel. This is going to be devastating for Hunter. What has happened to Hunter? And misses his box as well, so this is going to go from bad to worse for him. Callum Jones trying to get past this traffic as well with Matt Townsend on this final lap. Oh, the Porsche goes really wide and slidey. Don't think they're going to be happy about this, but Hunter's still in the pits. This is not great for him. What has happened at the end? Blue flag's been shown to the Porsche. Hunter's just driving now, but he's gone right down the pack, currently P19, going to be P20 and even further down after that, so really unfortunate result for him. But Eric Papsdale on debut in season 4, he's going to take the win I think this time around as he comes through the final chicane now. And look at that gap, nearly 2 seconds to Luke Wilson just behind. Stop go 30 for Hunter Davis after that. I think I saw that happen. Saw him try to speed up in the pits, but Eric Papsdale comes across the line and takes the win. Well done, Eric. Luke Wilson P2 and Marvin Reisenhauer Bentley in P3. Ethan Davies will take P1 in class in silver. Barry Hagen top 10 result for silver. He will take P2 in class though very soon. R10 will come across and take P3 in class. Mehmet P4. Sorry, Mehmet P17 overall and P1 in class in AM, followed by Reese and potentially Mikhail Romancic in third. So Jack Burke losing a position there in the final few minutes of the race, but Mehmet takes the victory in AM. Reese is coming through the final chicane and to the final corner now. He'll take P2 in class for the AM class. What a result from him. And then Mikhail Romancic, another Aston on the podium. And with that, I think that's the end of it. So, congratulations, everyone. What an interesting race that was. That was really interesting. But, what we'll do now is we will leave you with that. Congratulations all. Hunter Davis doesn't serve the penalty, so he'll get dropped down right to the end, at the end of the race. But we're going to have a few post-race driver interviews. So if there is anyone from podiums in classes, or anyone who wants to just chat about their race, please join. So let's see who we can get. We've got Callum Jones. Hello, Callum.
Hello.
Well, P5 in the end, P4 class. Not what you wanted.
Yep.
What happened in quali?
Oh, quali, it was the drive. Obviously, the entire week had been, the server had been wet, so just didn't quite gel with the dry setup and just couldn't get the time in, basically. And obviously that compromised the entire race.
Very. That's unfortunate, I guess. But you gained as much as you could from in the race up to P5, as I said. But it was tough. What, you know.
Honestly, it was just a dogfight all the way through. Like on the second restart, on the second start, sorry, there was many incidents I had to avoid. I think at one point was down 14.
Yeah.
On the first lap, so yeah, it was just from there. It was just racing damage limitation, and yeah, basically, so end of fourth in class, you get the ballast taken off. Eric won the race, so he finished at P2. So after qualifying,
Oh crap! Sorry. I've. No one's been able to hear you.
Oh.
Hello, Callum. Let's go through that again. Sorry, I completely forgot to unmute my Discord on OBS. So apologies for that. Go through that again.
Yep.
Qualifying. What happened in qualifying?
Yeah. So yeah, qualifying. Yeah, just didn't gel with the dry setup. Obviously, didn't do much running because the server was wet all through the week. So just it's Barcelona. I don't really like it. Let's be real. But yeah, from the second start, had to avoid a load of incidents. It's down to like 14th or so, and yeah, it was from there. It was just damage limitation. So to end at P4 in class, obviously have a bit of ballast taken off for the next round, and Luke finishing P2 with Eric winning. It's yeah, not as much loss as I feared starting that race.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't actually know what the point situation will be after this. Do you think? Have you had a check?
I have not, no, to be honest.
Okay. So we'll have to find out then at some point. Well.
Yeah, but we got drop rounds and things, so we'll see how we go.
I was going to say, I don't know if you know what happened to Hunter at the end. I assume
Yes.
What happened?
He misfueled his car and then came into the pits and then selected something wrong on his MFD, and the pit limiter came off, which is why he got the penalty. So
yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's a shame because he had loads of pace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Loads
I mean,
of pace.
he was battling for the lead, and I think the lead was taken away from him by a certain someone in a Bentley, who shall not be named. But he knows who he is. He'll know who he is soon. But yeah, I mean, exciting race. It was, gripping. It was at the start. It was, 5 for the lead, then 7 for the lead, then 10 for the lead. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy race.
Obviously, next
Right, I'll
week
let you.
got
Oh, yep, go on.
Silverstone. How are you at
Silverstone.
Silverstone?
Medium, I would say.
Medium. Okay.
Medium. We'll
so
see where we go.
maybe another
We'll see how
result
we go.
like today.
I think so. If I get another top 4, top 5 in pro, I'll be pretty happy with that.
Well, the good thing as well is that you've not got ballast next week.
Yeah, that does
you've not
help.
got additional ballast. What I mean.
Yeah,
So that might be better.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, great chatting to you. Well done.
Indeed.
And see you next week.
See you next week.
Next up, we're going to grab in Mr. Eric Papstel. Eric.
Hello.
Well done.
Thank you.
How was that? That seemed intense at the end.
A bit. Yeah.
Did you expect that?
No.
No? So that was really, really, unplanned and not really expected. Yeah, that's crazy.
Mate, I have done 20 laps of practice before this race,
Yeah.
so I was not expecting anything going into this.
Interesting. Well, you did a lot more practice than Luke Wilson did. He went into the qualifying with no practice, not even driven the track before in the Mustang. So I think you're a lot more prepared than Luke. So I think well done to you. Obviously, you weren't here last week for Misano. So,
Yeah.
you know, this gives you a good potential at a championship, considering a drop round. What?
It
Well, I don't know
does give
actually,
me
because
a
you're not going to be
chance.
at all the races, though, are you?
Yeah, I'm just a wild card to mix
You're
things
just a
up.
wild card. Well, you've definitely wilded it up tonight, so that's
Yeah,
something, I guess.
yeah, but I don't know, the last 30, 40 minutes of the race was really hard because I'm feeling a bit ill, so
Oh no,
I was
that
just
sucks.
pushing and hoping. And with also after the pit stop that I saw that Luke was ahead of me, I started pushing a lot harder and I absolutely killed my tires once I actually got to him.
Right.
So
That's...
I was hoping his tires were dead as well.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like he sort of dropped off at the end, so could have been, but yeah, that was definitely an interesting race, and it was just crazy seeing all of the guys at the start, just, you know,
Yeah.
six-way battle for the lead, insane.
Yeah, I was seeing that. I was like, I need to go to the pits instantly to not lose time.
Yeah.
And I managed to put on dry tires before going into the pits, so I just cancelled it and went for another lap.
Fair enough.
And I think if I didn't make that mistake, it would have been a lot closer with me and Luke instantly.
Yeah.
But it worked out in the end, so
I think it
doesn't
also
matter too
helped
much.
that Hunter got a little bit blocked on the entry to the pits, so because that could have been a spicy three-way battle for the lead at the end potentially. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I was expecting it, to be
You were
fair,
expecting
because of
it.
the amount of traffic I was seeing going on everywhere.
Yeah.
I was expecting people to get blocked everywhere.
Definitely. Well, are you racing next week, or is next week your off week again?
I don't actually know.
Well,
I
we'll see you if
have
we
no
see
idea.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations, though, bro, and we'll see you,
Yeah.
as I said, when we
Thank
see
you.
See you again.
Thank you.
Oh, we're going to get Luke Wilson up next. Luke Wilson. Hello, Luke.
Hello, hello.
How was that? That was pretty intense.
That was very, very spicy indeed.
Yes.
I had a lot of pace there. I wasn't actually expecting it.
No, for someone with zero practice before qualifying, never driven the track before in the car, and it was wet, insanity.
Yep. Driving by the seat of your pants. That's
Yeah,
where that saying came
definitely.
from. But yeah, the start was pretty good. It was better in the first start, I think, so I made 3 positions and then dropped 1. But that was still a pretty good start. Didn't really have good tyre pressures the first stint. The front left takes an absolute pounding around here. So that's why when we caught the traffic as well at the end of the stint 1, I just thought, let's just pit, do the undercut. I'll get the tyre pressures good. And I don't know what happened to some of the others, but I seem to have a pretty big gap on most, apart from Eric, as he came out the pits.
Yeah, so I think Hunter, who would have been your like prime rival out the pits, he got held up by Finley coming into the pits.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that would be one of them. And I think he also, you know, when he was holding up Hunter, also held up Paul. So that's why Paul would have been out of the picture as well. But yeah, that wasn't.
I think the strategy though, the undercut was the right idea. Gained, I think, what was I in P4, and then was P1 after it. So I think that worked out pretty good. And then it was just trying to hang on. Eric was a man on a mission.
Yeah,
like, he was so fast, like doing 50.2s and whatnot, catching. That was crazy. So yeah, with the undercut and then pushing really hard with 15 minutes to go, tires were totally cooked. So it was just damage limitation, trying to stay ahead, and it was a great fight with Eric.
Yeah, it was. It was really good. It was, you know, quite a few laps of just him pushing. So yeah, really interesting. But yeah, glad you can make it, and hopefully see you next week.
Some good points as well.
Yeah, definitely. See you next week.
Right, see.
We're now going to speak to Ethan Davies. Hello, Ethan. What a race!
Hello, mate. How you doing? Yeah, it was a hell of a one, mate.
I mean, did you expect that? Did you expect to take pole? Did you? I don't know.
I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting to take pole. I mean, I've only do a bit of practice about an hour before, half an hour before the race, so I hadn't done too much. I was expecting to kind of be mid-pack in the silvers today, with Barcelona not being a pretty mid-track for me.
Yeah.
But I think with how it just went dry right at the end, and I think one of the last cars to finish the laps, it just kind of put me in a position where I could put myself at least at the front of near the front of the field, but it ended up actually being pole for the silvers, which is really, really nice for me. And usually one of my strong points will be like kind of mastering those kind of changeable conditions. So
Yeah.
I kind of pushed the car as hard as I could, and obviously got pole position, which is really nice, and put me in a good position for the race. And then I was not expecting P4 overall in the race. I've honestly no idea how I was actually kind of, my pace was absolutely incredible today. One of my best races I think I've ever done on ACC in terms of the sprint. I mean, the start was kind of just navigating around and making sure I kind of got in a position where I could follow some of the pro guys, and I ended up following Callum for pretty much the whole of my first stint, which is perfect because it was just kind of, I was trying to work out kind of all the braking zones, etc., and how to maximize all the time.
Yeah.
And then when it came to that kind of second stint, I already had that embedded, so I ended up, I think, jumping a couple of cars, and I was up battling for the podium at the time, and I obviously got myself up to the podium after a couple of moves, and then I think it was Marvin who came past me, but I was not focused on kind of holding him up or battling or anything. I was kind of just focused on kind of securing that win in the silver class, and just doing the best job I could overall. So yeah, it was honestly, it was one of the best races, and I just loved that kind of changeable conditions in qualifying, and the light rain in the race kind of just came into my own, which is really nice.
And the thing is, as well, is the McLaren is pretty good on the wets.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of the solid cars that you choose if you're doing a wet race, really. So I think that sort of helped you out a little bit as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And the McLaren had the balance of the car all race long was perfect. I had about 1, 2 or 3 kind of very slight moments, but nothing major. So the whole race was just kind of relaxed, driving along, making sure everything was going all right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you finished 6th, it was, in Misano, and then first in this one, so not too bad. Obviously, Barry finished 2nd behind you as well today, and 2nd in Misano, so I think he'll be leading the championship. But I think he won't be far off, so, top round will definitely take into account as well, could be potential championship.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a contrasting race from Misano. Misano is one of my worst tracks, to be honest, on the calendar, so I was actually kind of happy to get that one out of the way first round.
Yeah.
And hopefully, as we come through the calendar, there's a couple more tracks that are kind of for me, and I can be fighting at the front of the field in terms of the silver drive. I very much doubt I'll be as high as I was today. I think it was just with that rain, it helped me so much. And it kind of showed, some drivers struggled a little bit more, and some drivers were just incredibly quick, as you saw those podium guys and a couple of the pro guys behind me as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a brilliant race.
Well, great talking to you, and hopefully we can see you up there on the podium again next week.
Yeah, it's a pleasure, mate. It's a pleasure. I'll see you soon anyway.
See you soon, mate. We're going to get Barry in, who finished 2nd in silvers. Barry, 2nd in silver again.
Hello.
Cleaner race this time? No?
Nope. I am appalled with my driving standards today.
Again, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a big debrief then, aren't we?
No, it was all my own fault. I rear-ended the 159 car.
Oh.
I just braked too late. And then I had a couple of skirmishes with the 122 car, and then I bottled it from P6 or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I was running with all the leaders. I had the same pace as them. I was fighting with them, and then I just bottled it at the end range of T6.
That sucks. Well,
yeah, I braked on the curb and spun the car.
You're still, in a good championship position. I think, who do you think
isn't going to help it?
Well, it's not going to help. But who do you think sort of on the cards to bring a fight to you or you to fight with for the rest.
Well, Ethan Davies showed how much speed that man's got today. That was I just couldn't catch him. He was ridiculously fast. There's a couple of other silver drivers. Can't remember who off the top of my head, but there was a couple of other ones that were really good pace as well. Martin Vargas should be there, but he had a worse race than I did. And that's saying something. So I don't know. I just couldn't hack the conditions, even though I practiced in a flooded track.
Yeah, so you were doing quite well in practice throughout the week. You were,
I had practiced in flooded track, and when I went into those conditions, I just couldn't extract the pace.
Yeah,
there was more pace in it. I just couldn't get it, and I kept making mistakes. Like I say, I just bottled it big time.
Well,
absolutely fuming with myself.
Yeah, I guess one of the things as well is the rain. Obviously, it's not expected. It's a little bit harder to deal with. Yeah. So perhaps
I will say
dry race.
The cars that I hit, I apologise sincerely. I just had a shocking drive.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Been great talking to you. Hopefully next week will be a little bit better for you.
Let's hope so. What's next? As a Paul Ricard?
Silverstone, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I should be alright at Silverstone, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. But no, cheers. I'll catch you later.
See you later, mate. We're going to get in Reese Aindow, Mr. P2. Reese, well, you didn't get the win, but P2, podium.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Very sad.
Very sad.
Yeah, I'm very not happy, but as I've already said in the chat, whoever begged us to change it from 0.4, I hope you step on Lego.
I saw that. Yeah,
because I could have been. I mean, I was top 10 before I had the unfortunate incident with Matt early on in the race, which got me back to like P something really far back.
Yeah, it's pretty far back.
And it was a big fight, like within myself to not just give up then. But yeah, came back to P2 in class and P18 overall, so it's good points, but it could have been better today.
Could have been better. Well, you're pretty good at Silverstone, and the Aston's pretty good at Silverstone as well. So hopefully that will be better for you.
Well, I'm okay at Silverstone. It's not my favourite track in the world. And I've never actually driven it in the Aston, so
okay.
There'll be a lot of laps set this week just to get some practice in.
Interesting.
And I think I might have to bribe you into making it ultra flooded to make up for everyone begging us this week. To be honest, no, I'm joking. I won't do that. I'll just deal with it this week. No, to be fair, Spain in the wet is much better than it is in the dry anyway. So
yeah, I agree. I think I went out in the Bentley earlier and I couldn't drive it. I didn't have a setup, to be fair, and my force feedback wasn't fully working. So not the best representation, but in
the dry, it's just a bad track in the dry, and it's just such a fun track. This week, practicing on the flooded practice server, I've had a grin plastered on my face the entire week. Every little slide, every little catch, it's just so it would have been a really good race had it been flooded. But you know, you take what you win some, you lose some, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've also got to think about there could be potential penalties coming. So
yes,
could be P1 inherited.
That P1 could be inherited. I believe it will be. I have a sneaky suspicion.
You have a sneaky suspicion, maybe.
I have looked at it. I have looked at the sheet.
Lines.
You what?
Pit lines, maybe.
No, I have looked at the sheet already.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe P1 in Am had pit lines.
That's what I'm saying. But also, I've also looked at the sheet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy. Oh yes, I see now. I see.
Perks of being understood.
Yes. Fair enough.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
There is one from me, and I won't lie, I'm going to need that one just chalked up to no brakes in rain.
With Martin or Matt?
No. Oh no, the Martin was a minor track. The one with the one with George.
Okay. Well,
It was pretty bad. If George, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. I did let him go. I let him go and didn't pass him for another lap or so. So
you should eat.
fully hold my hand on that. I was trying to overtake someone else,
And
and
he
I
was
just,
there.
he just appeared, and I just couldn't do anything.
Rip. Well, great
Rip.
chatting to you, and yeah, we'll see you next
Yeah,
week.
I'll see you soon anyway.
Yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, man. All right, peace.
Well, we're going to end interviews there, as it's already nearly 10 p.m. here. The negatives of running a red flag, I guess. Sorry to those who are still waiting for an interview. Unfortunately, I've tried to get through all the main pro, silver, and podiums, but I can't get you all. So I'm fortunate for that. But anyway, we'll see you again next week, which is round 3 at Silverstone. So see you then. Thanks for joining us, guys.